And I am live. Already almost a full week since I have seen the movie Companion, a solid movie I really enjoyed a lot. I was excited to watch that one because I did see the trailers in theater and I was hyped. That was the movie in January for me. So I cannot wait to talk about it in a moment. So this movie is very interesting from the people that made Barbarian, a movie I did cover like 2 weeks ago. Um, Companion is the future of relationship, minus maybe the delete spree to remain YouTube friendly. Companion is a deep dive into AI and relationship with AI. And I gotta say, there's something to mention to think about because I was thinking about it. I feel like this movie is made by people in relationship, by people that are outside of what they study, the incel culture. Because let's be honest, there's a commentary, a critique on incels and how they kind of suck. And I say that because they place it and they caricature it in a way where they only seem to understand one part of it. Maybe it was made in purpose, this I don't know. But I could address that before I spoil the entire thing for you. Um I gotta address that. It felt odd and not really believable that the guy, spoiler, 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 the guy that had a boyfriend, a AI boyfriend, had a AI boyfriend. Now this is coming from me that has been in the straight dating pool, and it's a nightmare. Um, I I am currently dating someone, but I don't know where it will go, but before her, I dated someone else, and it was L. And opposite gender, they don't get along well anymore. That's all I can say. And I feel like and I'm an outsider there because that's not my case, but I feel like when you need to please a guy, it's much easier to please a guy. So what I mean by there is I don't think there's an incel culture with people into the same gender or into same gender relationship. I don't think there's an incel culture there. The only argument I may have addressing that is in the movie the guy was fat, so maybe that's the only factor. Maybe his character as well was kind of weak, but I still feel like men they will put out with weak character. I think the only thing that really stopped that character from finding love really was his weight. But even there, I feel like men they don't mind that much in a partner. Um, Again, that's my perspective. I might be wrong there. I'm not gay, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But um, I gotta say, it wasn't that believable to see incel culture with non-straight people. With that being said, um, the movie is solid. It's a commentary on relationship, and it's also a movie that's empowering. And I guess now we can really do the dive deep into that movie. Um, So that movie is, and now I will spoil the entire thing. That movie is about plotting against a Russian guy to get his money. And there's also new kind of love where there's that entire lore around the artificial intelligence. So basically the main character did rent, yes, rent. He didn't bought because he wasn't rich enough, but he did rent an artificial intelligence robot. Um and he did rent it because apparently he wanted uh, bedroom fun, and he is a loser because he's an incel. That's clearly the commentary of that movie. And incel, all they want is F around. Use someone and F around. It goes deeper than that, to be honest. I don't care about bedroom fun. I had my share of it in the past, and I'm seeking for genuine and true connection, which is something they barely touch upon in that movie. Maybe through the gay guy, but even there, don't know. I don't know. I feel like that movie needs a rewatch. I liked it. That was a sold in movie. I had no issues. Even if I found it very hard and odd that even the gays suffer from that incel culture, I don't think it's a thing. But hey, that's what the movie was about, so I guess that's the thing in that movie. Um, and we cannot really criticize that much a movie for not being too realistic, you know, like it's a story, it's a movie, and we needed two different take on I guess, and we needed different characters to be in love with AI. And what was very interesting is how um, the girlfriend, the AI girlfriend, was really just a toy, a tool. And I feel like that's something very interesting. They also did poke fun at, oh, look, he's having bedroom fun with a robot. I thought one of the strongest asset of Companion was the humor. I did laugh a lot, and I wasn't alone in my theater, but I feel like I was laughing alone. There's a few moments where others did laugh as well, but I think I was the loudest when it came to laughing. Maybe I'm just easy to please on that aspect, um, but I think it was a very compelling story with very interesting ideas that were brought up, and it's interesting how two of the characters they use the AI as object, but even among themselves they use each other like object as well. Um, the friend of the group, the girl, not the girlfriend, the girl of the group was basically using the main character because he was the one with the AI that was modified, and that was interesting. She also used very harshly that poor Russian guy, and it's also very interesting how they subvert your expectation, where they're like they hint at maybe the Russian guy is a mobster or some shit like that, and the one of the big reveal is, oh yeah, he's not a mobster. You just took that and ran for it, even if I didn't tell you. You just assume you did assumption there, and that's part of the humor. It's just very funny. That reveal is like, oh yeah, you thought he wasn't Webster, he was just a farmer, and you're like, what? What? It makes sense, right? Like sometimes the farmer can be rich, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. Um, and yeah, I think it was. a nice movie showing all love can't be possible when everyone treats each other like object and use each other. This is exactly what's going on. Like, even if by the end you feel like maybe the main character started having some kind of weird feeling toward the robot, he only liked that robot because that robot was a certain way, which is interesting. Um, what else can I say? I felt lots of emotion as the story happened, and I did laugh a lot. Depicts very well the dark future of relationship. I feel like in the future it will be more like that. If we don't fix the gender war, I'm sorry, but like half of y'all will end up in the situation where you will need to rent a robot because you won't have the money to pay the full product. Maybe in 100 years, they will be cheaper and more affordable, but like this is the future. We need to fix the gender war. That's how I see it. But that's a tangent for a more political video than this one. It's devoid of true love, but it's manufactured and packaged well to sell relationships. And I feel like that way it made it believable. The entire lore around the robot and how it works, it felt grounded and realistic and well made. Despite my critique of, oh yeah, I doubt a game would go that way and like need artificial intelligence, the rest of it made sense for me and it felt well made and well thought of. The bits of violence was very brutal and well handled. The twist and turn were great. Um, I've seen thus far 13 movies that came out in 2025. I've seen a total of like, I think, 36 ish movies this year so far. Uh, and I will say, among these 36, Companion is top tier. It's my favorite movie I've seen this year so far. And it also enters easily in my top 10 movies ever. So you guessed it, the score I will give to Companion is a 10 out of 10. I I cannot praise that movie enough. I'm excited to rewatch it. Unfortunately, I am very occupied, and there's a lot of other releases in theater very soon. I don't know when exactly I will be able to rewatch that masterpiece because Companion is a masterpiece. Everything is well made, and it's funny because when the movie first started, I was like, maybe it will be an issue, how they meet and all. But no, they don't really meet. That's a reveal. So I ruined the entire movie for you now. Um, yeah, Companion, masterpiece. Excited about more like that. Now what? Now, just right now, I've said now so many times. Um, we will talk about movies I've seen since maybe not like Monday, but like last week, basically. Um, so this is the more section. Um, I've seen Into the Deep, a terrible short movie. That was bad. If you want a bad movie, go watch that. It came out last week, and I did see it last week. Um, it's one of the worst movie that came out this year, and it was bad. Um, what else did I see? Oh, I've seen you're cordially invited. This is a bad comedy. That was bad. That's the second comedy I did happen to see this year. The first one being One of Them Days. I did enjoy One of Them Days. I hated Your Cordially Invited. Your Cordially Invited just felt like a stupid movie with stupid people made by stupid people and for stupid people. It's not the worst thing I've seen. I've seen worse, but I don't recommend. I just don't. So far this year, I am pleased with the movies we had because only two really missed the mark, and that's Into the Deep and You're Cordially Invited. Pretty much anything else I've seen this year, I enjoyed. I plan on watching The Presents. Very soon, Love Hurts with Jackie Chan. That guy is still alive and kicking. I cannot wait to see that new movie. Um, 2025 as a great start. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not. And we are out. See you next week for more content like that.